Hi everyone. Now let's discuss topic 9 of Unit 3, Social Engineering Targets. A social engineering target refers to the person, group, or asset that attackers aim to exploit through manipulation. These targets can be individuals, employees, executives, customers, or even technical infrastructure, such as networks and servers. In simple words, attackers always look for the weakest link, whether it's a careless employee clicking a phishing email, a high-profile executive holding sensitive data, or a customer tricked into sharing bank details. Some common targets include employees, often targeted via phishing or pretexting; executives, C-level staff, attacked for access to high-value corporate information; customers, targeted in scams like fake banking messages or phishing emails; technical assets such as servers, routers, or cloud platforms, often compromised using stolen credentials; soft targets, people with low awareness of cybersecurity, such as new employees or non-technical staff. To make this clear, let's look at some exam-focused questions. 2-mark questions. Define a social engineering target in cybersecurity. Give 2 examples of typical social engineering targets. Why are executives often targeted in social engineering attacks? What is meant by a soft target in social engineering? Name 2 technical assets that can be targeted by social engineering. 10-mark questions. Explain the different categories of social engineering targets with examples. Discuss why employees are the weakest link in security and how they are targeted. Describe how technical infrastructure can be targeted through social engineering. Explain the targeting of customers in a phishing scam with a case example. Identify and explain 5 high-value targets for social engineering attacks. Social engineering targets are the specific individuals, groups, or systems that attackers deliberately choose to manipulate in order to gain unauthorized access, steal sensitive information, or control systems. Attackers often select targets based on factors such as perceived vulnerability, the value of the information they have, and how easily they can be reached. For example, an attacker might target a company's finance manager because they have access to bank account information, or a system administrator because they control network privileges. Similarly, an employee who frequently shares information over email or social media may be considered an easier target than a cautious, security-aware staff member. By understanding who is most likely to respond to manipulation, attackers can increase the success of phishing emails, pretexting calls, or other social engineering tactics. This highlights why organizations must train employees, implement strict access controls, and monitor for unusual behaviors to protect high-value and vulnerable targets. Social engineering targets can be classified into 3 main categories: human targets, technical targets, and customer targets, each with distinct characteristics and examples. Human targets are the most common and include employees, executives, new hires and vendors or contractors; regular employees, such as clerical staff, IT helpdesk personnel, or HR staff, are often targeted because they may lack security awareness, yet handle sensitive data. For instance, HR employees might receive phishing emails designed to steal employee records. Executives, or high-value individuals, also called whaling targets, are attractive because they have access to confidential company information and financial authority. An example is a CEO fraud scam, where attackers impersonate executives to authorize fraudulent transactions. New employees may be unfamiliar with security protocols, making them vulnerable to attackers posing as IT support to obtain login credentials. Vendors and contractors often have network access, so attackers might pretend to be a project manager to gain VPN access. Technical targets include systems and devices that support organizational operations. Email systems are frequently targeted as a gateway for phishing or spam attacks, such as fake password reset requests designed to steal credentials. VoIP and phone systems are vulnerable to phishing, where attackers call employees pretending to be bank officials or company representatives. Physical access points can also be exploited through techniques like tailgating, where an attacker follows an authorized person through a secure door. Web applications and portals are another technical target. Attackers may create fake login pages to capture usernames and passwords. Customer targets involve exploiting the trust of an organization's clients. Attackers may impersonate company representatives to trick customers into revealing sensitive information. For example, a fake SMS appearing to be from a bank might ask a customer to verify account details, which the attacker then captures for fraudulent use. These categories show how attackers carefully select targets based on vulnerability, access, and potential value, highlighting the need for comprehensive security awareness, technical safeguards, and customer education to prevent social engineering attacks. When attackers choose social engineering targets, they carefully consider several factors to maximize their chances of success. One important factor is perceived vulnerability, meaning targets who appear less aware of security risks or who are highly trusting are more likely to be exploited. Access privileges are another key consideration. Attackers often target individuals who can reach sensitive data, such as HR staff who manage employee records or IT administrators who control system access. The value of information also influences target selection, with high-value data like trade secrets, customer credentials, or financial records being more attractive. Additionally, attackers look at the ease of manipulation, exploiting traits such as helpfulness, fear, or urgency to trick people into giving information or performing actions they normally wouldn't. There are many real-world examples of social engineering targeting specific individuals to illustrate these factors. For instance, phishing HR staff can provide attackers with access to the company's salary database. CEO fraud, where attackers impersonate executives to request fake wire transfers, targets employees with financial authority and trust. A fake tech support call can convince employees to install malware on their systems, exploiting their willingness to help or follow instructions. Tailgating, where an attacker follows an authorized person into a restricted server room, shows how physical access can be gained by exploiting human behavior. These examples highlight the importance of awareness, proper access controls, and verification procedures to prevent successful social engineering attacks. Mitigation strategies for social engineering focus on reducing human and technical vulnerabilities to prevent attackers from successfully exploiting targets. One of the most important measures is security awareness training for all employees, which educates staff on common tactics like phishing, pretexting, and baiting, and teaches them how to recognize suspicious behavior. Applying the least privilege principle ensures that employees have access only to the data and systems necessary for their role, limiting the potential damage if credentials are compromised. Organizations should verify all requests for sensitive actions or information using secondary authentication methods, such as callbacks, in-person confirmations, or approval from a supervisor, to prevent attackers from exploiting trust. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, adds another layer of security by requiring additional verification, such as a code sent to a mobile device, before granting access to accounts. Finally, securing physical premises with measures like ID badges, biometric scanners, and controlled access to restricted areas helps prevent attackers from gaining entry through techniques like tailgating. Implementing these strategies together creates a strong defense against social engineering attacks. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe.